So ionizing radiation is those beams of rays that come out of a source under the table that penetrate tissue, provide contrast of the tissue, and give us images of tissue.
We can define disease, we can treat disease, and that's led to the development of a whole new type of medical specialty, which we call percutaneous procedures, and that just means through the skin.
Subsequently, it was learned that radiation was dangerous. It caused tissue damage, it caused changes in growth cells, and a number of other pathologic conditions.
The average interventional nuclear cardiologist will get probably 3 to 5 times the radiation exposure of a nuclear power plant worker.
I don't think any interventional cardiologist doesn't sometimes at night lean back and think about what would happen if they get a glioblastoma of the brain. That's, I would say, every interventional cardiologist's fear.
The guy who was my chief of cardiology, Dr. Pat Scanlon, got a glioblastoma at age 63. There's a higher incidence of glioblastomas. Some work done in Italy because our left side of our brain is exposed to more stuff, just like my left polyp. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2018. A year later, in 2019, I was diagnosed with lymphoma. I couldn't breathe through my nose when I was running on the treadmill. It was just my left nose.
I sort of looked in the mirror one day and thought, there's a bit of a spot on my nose. And I thought, well, it's just a spot. Then I got a call to say, actually, you've got a highly malignant, highly invasive basal cell carcinoma with very nasty features, and you're going to need to have it operated on. So I thought, well, okay, it was a tiny little thing. I thought it was just going to be a bit of a scoop out. And then they sort of rather reluctantly came back to me and said, I'm really sorry, but actually we're going to have to take a lot more out. All the side of my nose had been just chopped out. And they chopped away all the skin, and there was just this very, very thin layer of cartilage, white, bright white. And I looked in the mirror and I thought, what the fuck? And so the only people I could get to help with the dressings were the people my friends, who were an oculoplastic surgeon and a pediatric cardiothoracic surgeon. So I went round to them pretty much every day, and they did all the very fine dressings. Sorry. I haven't really spoken about it like this. But it was, you can see, it was a really difficult time. By that stage, I had sort of decided I was going to give up cardiology.
The person he left being director of the lab, the person was then director of the labs, Allie Johnson, had a appendiceal mucinous carcinoma. She passed away last year. Another partner, Lou McKeever, had metastatic colon cancer at the age of 50 with liver mets. Had a recurrence a year later, lived, and then died of Lewy body dementia just this year. Other people that I know that have had the pleasure to work with, Jeff Hartzer had prostate cancer and died in his 60s. Don Baim, famous interventionist from Massachusetts, ended up with an adrenal carcinoma. And I say their name because I want people in the audience to know it could be you. These are not just nameless faces. These are phenomenal physicians who, just like you, were trying to take care of patients.
Radiation is a silent killer. People who are exposed don't feel it, they don't know it, they're often unaware of it.
I was kind of aware. I would take the appropriate precautions that we're all guided to do. I'd be wearing my LEDs. We have the radiation badges. But, you never think it's going to happen to you.
Are you scared of radiation? No. It doesn't affect me now, which is the short-sighted thing to say. But I feel like I know the risk exists. I'm not going to not do interventional cardiology. And all I can do, and all I am doing, is maximize my own protection.
The administrators look upon it as a cost to simply keep a person protected from getting radiation to one day either have a major orthopedic injury, a spine injury, a knee, a hip, or cancer. And literally, they'll say, oh, we can't afford it. The insanity of saying you would not do everything humanly possible to protect healthcare workers is nuts.
I don't think I should be making those choices. It's my health or the patient's health.
I'm angry with hospitals that deny the fact that we are at increased risk and that actually we're dismissed in a way. And that if you have a problem, it's because you haven't been wearing your protection. But it's fine. I mean, I can't wear a lead shield on my face. That's why systems which cut down scatter, I think, are going to be important.